to Talk to the Future, where the future of sales isn't predicted, it's built. Each episode features real conversations with the operators, marketers, and innovators driving what's next. From AI and automation to the strategies that are converting right now. No fluff, just what's working.
All right, Mr. Bigley here, live from Las Vegas, LeadsCon. I have Nathan on the show with me. Nathan, you're doing some really cool things right now with lead gen. You're running a bunch of cool offers. Just
Yeah, so I would say my claim to fame is always having the calls and always having the data, you know? I think that was kind of my advantage. We're doing some cool stuff on social media. We're doing a lot of digital advertising, but we're also getting into some CTV, data attribution, which for those who don't know is just re-engaging the data and cross-selling it on other different verticals.
So as a procurer of things, how are you getting the phone to ring?
Yeah, so one of the coolest things that we do is we kind of get into people's heads, more or less. I guess you could say I know people want stuff before they want it. Then we start advertising to those people.
How do you know that? That sounds creepy as hell.
I mean, it is creepy. Have you seen the Big Brother stuff? Do you know what the NSA has on you? Okay, we don't want to dive into the rabbit hole. But there's a lot of public information out there. That's why I recommend getting your data scrubbed. If you are listening to this, go scrub your data off the internet, okay? It says way too much about you. But yeah, if you can buy people's data, you can also put on different software which will tell people what their behaviors and likes and stuff like that are.
What is the coolest thing you're doing right now?
Yeah, I would say the coolest thing that we're doing right now is we are able to help people find stuff that they want. Honestly, some of the stories we get when we get customers that have had 5 or 6 accidents and they're unable to get car insurance anywhere in the country, we're able to find them a person that can help them in their area. Hearing those stories and having them call back or text us personal anecdotes about how their experience changed their life is really the coolest thing I would say that I do on a day-to-day basis.
That's fantastic. So what verticals are you strongest in right now? What areas are you doing a lot of work in?
I mean, if you are going to get into marketing, I highly recommend the evergreen auto insurance. There are several big tenant buyers.
I love the auto insurance offers we run. Those kill it.
Absolutely, they kill it. So for anyone looking to get into marketing, those are kind of your tenant. Those are going to pay your bills. That is definitely our best one. But there's going to be a lot of need coming up here in the health insurance field as open enrollment comes around. So if you're just starting now, be ready by August for open enrollment time, August, September.
And they cut the dates on AEP this year.
Yeah, huh? I know they did. They're trying to take our money away. I know they are, but that we're doing too good over here. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of avenues to go. Go into what's interesting to you. If you like that home services type of general stuff and you're really passionate about getting people their dream house right fit, great. That's a perfect product to do some marketing in because you can show your passion in it. If you're passionate about helping people that are sick, it's really good to go into those ACA, Medicare, and focus on those people that are struggling and want the money, you know? Because too many people are having a hard time right now finding insurance. So these people go bankrupt if they get cancer. They go bankrupt if their kid gets sick. That's really terrible. Sad. Yeah. So we try to make sure those people get coverage. There's a lot of qualifying events and stuff that we kind of look out for. These are like people moving from one address to another. We usually get that information. Or people get married. That's usually posted all over social media, so they like to tell us those things. Obviously, they need a new insurance plan to make sure they're covered appropriately, so in case the worst happens.
Okay. What are some of the cooler things you're doing with technology right now? What are you amazed at that they're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason a lot of our people work with us, we get a lot of agent feedback. We use AI QA on the calls to really give people insight into what is going on in that call, what their agent possibly could have done better, missed opportunities, things of that nature. In addition to that, we can also see if they're available for any sort of cross-selling right on that call, which really helps, gives us that affirmation that they want other products, they want other help, they really want to save their money. And then in addition to that, we really have a really robust system to get referrals back from these people, and those are the cheapest way to get leads possible.
How do you get the referrals?
You know, we just ask them how they're doing. I mean, we'll send them a text message or an email. We'll say, hey, how's your experience? We would love to know more. All that is basically going to ask them is, how was your agent? How was the product? It's real simple. I don't want to bog them down with a 1,000-word survey, but it will ask, are there other things that we can help you with? And it lists stuff that we can help them with. But in addition to that, it says, is there anybody else you know that we can help? All it is a blank, non-required piece of that form. you might only get 2% or 5% of the people that put somebody in that form, but that's 2 or 5% more people you have to contact that you didn't have before.
Now, you still have the TCPA issue in reaching out to those folks. How do you reach out in a TCPA compliant way?
Yeah, so when people come through on a referral, they are able to get one correspondence either through a text message or an email based on that form giving us indication that the person has interest. You are not allowed to call. Don't call these people, please. But send them an email, send them a text.
One call, but it can't be with automated technology.
Right,
It's
right.
got to be hand dialed, one
Yes,
call
at a
per
time.
year.
Yes,
Right.
Yes, right. We don't dabble in that because of that same thing you're talking about. So John might have referred that person, but so did Sally. So we are violating the one call rule, so we don't do it. For that very reason you're talking about. You're more apt on that call side for sure. But the text and email is very simply just, hey, your friend so-and-so reached out to us and said that you are struggling with health insurance.
You're not worried with SMS being the same rules under TCPA?
It is not, because they have implied consent from the referral often. So our pass-through is always, hey, this is a personal person that told us to reach out to you. What we'll also do is we'll include the little form where it says, hey, Sally loved us. Here, you should work with us too. And people respond very, very appropriately to that. We actually haven't had anybody get mad at us about it.
Really?
A lot of it is because their friend usually tells them, I found. This is the same as...
I had a great experience with this company, and I'm referring you over because I know you're going through the same issue as me.
Exactly. And that's the difference. You have to do it. You can't do this on every call. You can't do this on every daily that comes in through your process. You have to do it with customers that actually purchase sold product from you. They have good experiences with you. That person is going to be a referrer of business for a long time, especially if you help them out of a really bad situation. And those people know plenty of people that are in bad situations. They live in their neighborhoods. They're their next door neighbors, or their cousins, their sisters, their whatever. And those people just want help too. This is very prevalent in the debt space, where we help somebody who's $100,000 in debt get their life back, and 5-6 years go by, and they have a whole different life. I still have customers from when I started that send me pictures of vacations, their weddings, their new dog. They got engaged. These people just sending people endlessly. So that's just another endless tap of money for us. But it's also really cool to see the updates and how much these people have grown from these desperate situations.
And you did this by helping someone is the big thing, that you provided help that they needed in one of these products.
That's it. We want to only push these people through when they need it. We're not out there calling people. We're not the people that call your phone relentlessly to sell you auto warranty. We're not those guys. You found us somewhere and you thought in that moment, I needed a lifeline, whether it's finding car insurance because you can't find it anywhere else, or you're paying $400, your neighbor's paying $200. What does that $200 a month extra in your budget get you in terms of lifestyle, right? These are who we want to sell to. I am not in the business of forcing people to do stuff with us. I am not in the business of stealing people's data and calling them. These are people that opted in and really want help. And that is the most joyous thing about my job, is I get to help people, whether it's finding new boots, going on vacation, or, buying some insurance.
Amazing. Now, you said your business in just over a year?
Yes, but I got my own business about a year ago. Yep.
And you've scaled it to 8 figures in
about the last 6 months.
That's fantastic, by the way. That's the sort of stories that I think everyone's looking to hear here. How did you go about doing that? Like, what were the levers you pulled? What allowed you to scale like that?
Yeah,
because I think a lot of people listening here, they'd love to go from 0 to 10 or 20 million in 6 months.
Yeah, I think the real way to win in this industry is to do a lot of zero-sum deals. For those who don't know what a zero-sum deal is, it's give up to get something. It's an equal trade of benefits. So I have an exuberant amount of auto contacts. I come from that world. Originally how I got into marketing was I was a sales agent at a big firm who we won't drop on this just to keep them out of the loop. But they told me, if you want to get more people into your funnel and make commission, get more people through the door. So I taught myself how to market on YouTube, and I took all of my relationships I had on auto insurance and curtailed that into a big boy job at a big boy agency. Well, what that allowed me to do was really meet a lot of people in this game and really garner a lot of relationships that I reused when I started the business. But somebody could do this straight fresh if they have a competitive niche. Say you're a contractor and you're tired of breaking your back. How many people do you know that sell materials, that do roofing contracts, that are general contractors? Just procure leads for those people to start. Work on what's called your friendly network. Sell and help those people around you in your community, and those people will introduce you up the chain. I worked with 3 Allstate agents in my local area where I live in Buffalo, and they introduced me to the regional manager, who introduced me to the corporate manager, who then introduced me to the director. So now we sell directly to Allstate.
So you got in through Allstate, starting at the lowest possible level,
Yep.
and just working your way up.
Yep. I walked into a local office, didn't know who they were. Walked in, said, "Hey, I know you're doing big things in this industry."
So that makes me want to think about my strategy. Like I hear something like that, and we tend to go after places that's like, hey, they have 500 people, they have 100 people, you know, that they're already, you know, in that kind of 100 to 5,000 range.
Yeah.
But I hear that, maybe I should be doing some things differently.
Well, here's what I can tell you. The people that have the 500 agents probably already know the guy that you're going to go. If you're brokering, they probably already know your broker. I mean, let's just be honest. This is a very small industry in the scope of things. If you want to be unique and have unique consumers, and you really want to get into blue ocean opportunities, sell to your guy that has 10, 15 agents locally. Get into these local mom and pop shops that, you know, are grinding every day to try to make ends meet. If you can get their cost of lead down from $45, $50, $60 because they're untrained professionals, and get that down to a $35 number, the ROI on that is going to make them never stop being your customer.
Oh, we can do that all day.
Yeah.
We can do that all day long.
Exactly.
All right, one other thing. What's the top marketing channel for you right now? What is the, you know, there's so many different channels here. What are you seeing the best success with?
This is not a beginner tip, but I am absolutely dominating TikTok right now. And,
Really?
Yes. And the reason being is I know how the algorithm works because my old company, YJ, I'll drop you guys. Hopefully you're doing good stuff. Was directly partnered with TikTok. I learned a lot about the algorithm, what booms, what doesn't. I always joke about making people famous.
So what's the secret to the TikTok algorithm?
You think I'm going to give you my secret sauce to give everybody money?
I want the secret sauce here.
I'll give you a tidbit. The tidbit really is consistency, and it's about making yourself relatable in terms of what is happening right now. You see these constantly, and you're know exactly.
So you're talking about the Iran war.
Yes,
you're talking about.
exactly.
I don't know what else is going on right now.
Olympics,
you're talking about LeadsCon.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, there's a good one. The Australian breakdancer was really popular in culture for a while. You saw her fail horribly.
Yeah.
I used that relentlessly because I had videos that went to 5,000, 6,000 views. And those people may not convert at the same clip my direct marketing does, but these are untouched people that would have never clicked a direct targeted ad.
So they clicked 5,000 times. You had 5,000 clicks.
Oh, I mean, I might get 10,000 clicks on a 6 million views, but on my targeted stuff, I might get 1 million views and 10,000 clicks. But those are people that have intent. I am chasing the people that don't have intent, but end up in the funnel, because then I can find out what they want. I don't know these people.
So once you get them in the funnel, how do you find out what they want? How do you then you run that through these other algorithms?
Yeah,
you know?
So I know that most people have a lot of social media channels, and most people don't just have one.
100%.
So we can use that TikTok to find their Facebook, to find their X, to find their other channels. It is very easy from that point to see what type of stuff they're interested in. If I know you like Hello Kitty, my ads are going to have Hello Kitty on.
How do you do that at scale? Right. So how do
AI, my friend.
AI? So you actually have custom ads for each person?
No, but I'll get enough of these people, right? So you could think about, okay.
So you're like, this is my Hello Kitty group. I get Hello Kitty right here. This is a pineapple. This isn't actually Hello Kitty, but right, you know, if someone's into pineapples. Right. Okay, we're gonna find all the other pineapple people. We're gonna do our pineapple ad.
But maybe it's the pineapple talking to the cherry, right? Maybe it's Hello Kitty talking to I don't know, name another Hey Rachel from YouTube.
But it's gonna be something creative, right?
But and so you're tying maybe a children's person with adults that like Hello Kitty. Pokemon is another one, and you tie Pokemon
You're going to find my
Stop.
7-year-old.
Right, I'll find your 7-year-old. But your 7-year-old is going to tell me that you are in that household because that's your same IP address, and then you're in that household. Well, now I know your kid likes Pokemon, so you're willing to interact with that same content. So this is all a building. I mean, we can teach marketing.
And this is all done with AI.
Yeah.
That you're doing that, and you're serving the right type of ads to the people based on their preferences that you're grabbing from their socials.
Yeah.
After you see the content that you're interacting with.
And it's not just that. For those of you who don't know, it's called cookies for every Google search that you do on the internet. So please don't Google weird stuff because we know. But what you'll see is people looking for symptomatic things of behaviors. These would be things such as shortness of breath would indicate maybe that you have heart complications or breathing problems, right? That's going to lead me to believe that maybe you want final expense because you're thinking about mortality. So these are the type of leverages that AI can give us because of the metadata can be read very quickly by AI.
Yeah, or if someone's having a couple of kids, right? They're having twins, life insurance.
Right.
You know, there's all sorts of things like that. So
yeah,
or you start seeing baby announcements, you know.
It's not even just that, right? If somebody gets pregnant, they're not married, they're most likely to get married within the next 3 to 6 months. I mean, that's just an indicator. If people have pets, they're more likely to also get married. So you can market that marketing stuff that leads them to wedding.
Every girlfriend I had, the first test is, hey, we're getting a dog.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And if people get to the dog phase, then they're very likely trying to move into some type of serious relationship.
100%. The dog is the anchor.
Yes, yes. And so if you find people that have pets, not only can you do pet insurance, that's where most people go. Hey, they have a pet, great, you can sell them pet insurance. Well, awesome, they bought pet insurance from you, but are they moving into a house now? Because they just got a boost in income, so now it's a 2-income household. Are they also using that income, now they can get better health insurance, so they can go off the ACA and go to U65? Are they then needing homeowners insurance? Are they then buying a nicer car, so now they need car insurance?
They're going to need a mortgage.
Exactly, then we can place it in the mortgage.
They're going to need a new roof on that house.
This is the train, and then as you kind of follow these people throughout their life, you can build predictable behaviors based on where they are in life. You know that people get to be able to afford vacations usually in their later 30s. So you can start looking at those people and start soliciting marketing to them.
So how do people tap into these tools that you're doing? Is that something that's proprietary, or do you allow people to buy that data set?
No, I mean, my data's got to be proprietary. I consider that my competitive edge. But I will tell people this stuff is easily obtainable. I would recommend looking up how to crack metadata on YouTube. I mean, I self-taught myself marketing, okay? So I don't have any secret sauce anywhere. I just put the system together. I put multiple people's systems together.
What languages do you code in?
I code in C++, Python, C, JavaScript, HTML. I'm a wizard in the tech world.
And now everyone else can do that too because of Claude Code.
Exactly. That's it. A lot of my competitive advantages were antiquated. But what I did was I built a system of stringing my competitive advantages together. So sure, I can do all of them, but do you know to put them all together? Probably not.
Probably not. All right. I think this was amazing. I hope we didn't give away all your secrets here, but I think this is fascinating what you're doing.
Hey, if you figure out my system, come work with me. I don't need to be the only one doing this. If you can figure out stuff,
man, I can't figure that out. I'm focused on calls. I was just talking to someone who's running 15 different businesses. I said I can barely run one, and that takes up all my time and energy and attention. For me to try to do what you're doing, I mean, is just crazy.
We are sitting at 2.4 petabytes. Let's do some calls together, all right?
Let's do some calls together.
Absolutely.
It's
been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Nathan, thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Talk to the Future, where the future of sales isn't predicted, it's built. If you got value from this episode, make sure to subscribe, share it with your team, and stay connected for more conversations with the people driving what's next. Because what's working tomorrow is already being built today.